Dude, life is so weird. One second you're in an 1870s silver mining town buying this old silver dollar, and the next second you're in a whole different type of Old West.
We're back
at Disneyland, and boy, does it feel good to be home. That last little trip up to Utah and then back home again through Death Valley, for whatever reason, took a lot out of me. It made Las Vegas, that whole trip, feel like it was weeks ago, making it feel very, very surreal to be back in Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom. By the way, side note before we go anywhere else, have you noticed that Woody has a new head? Like a new, more accurate head sculpt. He got a little work done. He looks great. Boy, that new celebrity plastic surgery is something, huh? Not only am I happy to be home in Anaheim again at the happiest place on earth, but I'm also very happy to see this beautiful girl right here. I gotta tell you, it feels especially good to be back in Disneyland now that Christmas is finally over and the majority of Christmas decorations are finally removed. Makes me finally feel like we've entered the new year. 2025 has come at last. Okay, I've never seen that before at Disneyland. Look at that. Look at the filter for the dark water system over here. I've never seen them open up that fake rock before. That is entirely new to me. That is a strange sight to see. Almost as strange as seeing this. Look at Sleeping Beauty Castle right there with no spires on. You can see the winter snow is still adorning the towers and turrets, the roof of the castle, but they have popped off all the spires and the little flag poles up there so that they can snap off that roof, the fiberglass roof with all the snow on it. It's like looking at myself in the mirror without my hat on. Like, it looks fine, but something's missing. Strange. At first I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little weird, but the more I stare at it, the weirder it gets. Look at the little nubs in there, almost like when you have a fake tooth come out, like a crown come out, and you got that little post in there. Ugh, oh, now I'm thinking about teeth. That's not right. Like I said, it feels good to be back home, but it's not all fun and games here in Southern California because, of course, we have the crazy fires still burning up in LA, although some of them, they've started to get a handle on some of them now, it appears. I was actually in LA last night at a very famous hotel I won't say the name of, visiting with some friends, and the whole hotel was full of people who had lost their homes up in the Palisades fire and all that kind of stuff. It was very, very sad, actually, being there and hearing people talk, but people were mostly in good spirits. Just a lot of people were there who don't know what's happened to their homes yet, and that, of course, was very, very sad. I suppose I've got to say thank you to everyone who's reached out and said, are you and Allie safe? Is your house okay? We live far from any of the fires. Not to worry, we live down in sort of the flat areas in Orange County, where luckily there haven't been any fires this time. It's one of those situations where you check on your friends, you offer some help if they live near the fires or if they had to evacuate, and other than that, there's really nothing you can do. It's just sort of a wait-and-see situation. So here I am back at Disneyland, where we had a reservation baked into the cake. Feels kind of strange being in the happiest place on earth while I'm still so tired from the road and considering everything that's going on, but here we are. Thank Bob Chapek for that reservation system, I guess. I've noticed so far that the lines for the attractions are a little bit tasty, still quite long as usual out here at Disneyland, but the walkways and such do not feel nearly as crowded. So the holiday season, the holiday crowds are finally starting to subside at least a little bit, which is a good thing because I'll be back here some more this week with some more adventures. Today is just sort of completely random and unprepared for. Again, it's that reservation system though. You gotta come and do your reservation or they will punish you, they will smack you down. So here we are, just sort of absorbing some of the sights, the sounds, and beautiful smells of Disneyland. Wow, looks like Mr. Toad, aka J. Thaddeus Toad to his friends, has got a lot of visitors today. I love Toad Hall here at Disneyland. I love all the sort of details. Look at the carvings up there with, of course, plenty of little Mr. Toads in the woodwork. And not one, but two statues of Mr. Toad out front. Here he is with his little monocle up there. I always wonder, like, if the sun comes through that at the perfect angle, does it fry ants on the sidewalk? And then there's the crest down here in front of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Look at that. Toadai acceleratio semper absurda. Translation: Toad's speed is always absurd. Very fitting for a resident of Southern California. He fits right in here, right on the 91 freeway. And then look at this. It looks like I'm not the only one who's a little bit sleepy at Disneyland today. Look at Monstro. You notice anything unusual? His eye is not moving. It's not closed, it's not open, it's just mostly closed. He looks very sleepy, very lethargic. Maybe he swallowed one too many boats today over at the Storybookland Canal Boats. Here's the thing about Monstro. That eye normally moves up and down, and people are always talking about how Monstro is blinking. And I was gonna say, you'll notice it's only Monstro's right eye that moves, so he's not blinking. He's just winking at you, like, I'm not really swallowing these boats, kids. Don't worry, you'll be okay. Here's the thing. Then I thought to myself, Self, you've been coming here for 42 years. I don't remember ever seeing Monstro's left eye. You know, the eye on the other side facing away from the crowds. And so I started to look. I started cruising down here, wedging myself between the strollers, trying to see Monstro's other eye. Turns out to even try to see it, you gotta come way, way down over here, all the way to that last loading area for the boats. And then look at this. Once you finally get over here, does Monstro even have a left eye? Dude, there's no left eye on Monstro. I mean, there's no way for me to tell with 100% certainty unless I somehow got over there on the grass. I do not recommend trying to do that. But I actually asked the cast members working over here, and they're like, dude, no, he has no eye. Oh my gosh, in all the years of coming here, and in all the years of filming down here, filming Little Disneyland Facts, I mean, that's how this channel started. One of the first shows down here, exposing some Little Disneyland secrets. Not only did I never notice that, I never even thought to look. Monstro has only one eye. So not only is he a giant man-eating whale, he's a cyclops! Dude, that whale has been sitting there since 1956. Of course, he was heavily remodeled, got himself a little facelift, a little work done in 1982 into 83 when they opened up the new Fantasyland, sort of Fantasyland 2.0 here at Disneyland. And in all that time, I have never heard of anyone pointing out the fact that Monstro only has one eye. Watch out! He's a cyclops! He's eating people! What the heck? I'm sure this is a thing that somebody knows about. I'm sure it's a thing that has to have been discussed before, but for some reason, in all my years, I have never noticed maybe the weirdest Fantasyland fact of them all. Monstro has only got one eye. So this begs the question, is he winking or is he blinking? Or is it both? Dude, I am not sure what's weirder, the fact that Monstro only has one eye or the fact that I've never noticed that in all the years wandering around here, purposefully looking for weird and unusual things in the park. My brain hurts now. I feel like I've taken too many rides on the teacups. I'm flabbergasted. I never knew that. I need to reset my brain. I wanted to touch grass, but I can't reach it. Oh, here's Alice in Wonderland. You'll remember a little while ago, I was investigating a mystery about some of the old lights here at Alice in Wonderland. Well, the mystery was solved because my photo was mislabeled. It wasn't the early 1950s. It was close to the end of the original Fantasyland's run. It was in the 1970s when they had the spiky ball lights out here, if you remember what I'm talking about. At Alice in Wonderland, a little correction, a little update, because I had that old photo labeled 1950s, and then whenever I would look at other photos from the 1950s, they just weren't there. I was going out of my mind to tell my friend Ken Stack, theme park historian, set me straight. Whew, that was a close one. Look at this, the White Rabbit has got plenty of visitors outside of his house. Looks like he's not here. He must be late for an appointment, once again, with all these people. They're just outside kind of chilling, just waiting for him to show up. And look at his next door neighbor over here. Over at the Mad Hatter, this place is packed to the gills right now. I have never seen so many people hat shopping at the same time. It must be these 2025 Mickey ears right here. They're selling like hotcakes. Speaking of weird and unusual things, all you have to do is enter a Disneyland hat shop to see some of those. I don't know if you guys know this, but they've been selling Donald Duck hats like this basically since the beginning of Disneyland's history, but the old ones used to have a little squeaker in Donald's bill, so you could walk around squeaking your Donald hat. Wow, look at the line for the personalized embroidery you can still get on the back of your classic Mickey ears hat. Oh, that one's got a little Cheshire Cat themed key embroidered on it, and I've just been standing over here waiting for the Cheshire Cat to appear in the magic "Who are you?" caterpillar mirror. There he is. See that? Such a weird thing. It's so hard to see in the daytime when the whole store is reflecting in that mirror, but there's the Cheshire Cat. He keeps reappearing and disappearing And then up here, look at this. It's the inside of the White Rabbit's house. There's his bedroom right there with all his little rabbity furniture. I love the picture frames with the little rabbit ears on them. And the little carrot. Oh my gosh, what the heck are those things called? The things that hold up the stairs, the sticks. Balusters. I think. Okay, it's a little close in here. Maybe we'll go back outside into the fresh air. Now, normally, just from exposure, I have a certain level of immunity to crowds at Disney parks. I can kind of put my brain in another space and just pretend I'm all alone and happy and nobody's bumping into me or stepping on me. But after being in the middle of the Nevada desert and then in a ghost town all by myself for a couple of days, ooh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the pulse of the crowd here. Oh, well, this is weird. Speaking of Christmas not being entirely gone, look at It's a Small World. Still got the Santa hat right over on the clock. And I just found out that inside the ride, it's still all decked out for the holidays. Now, as I record this, it's January 14th. The holiday time at Disneyland officially ended more than a week ago, but apparently It's a Small World holiday is still running all the way up until January 20th. Wow, so I still have a chance to ride it. I never got on it this past holiday season. Weird. Honestly, though, I don't know if I can do it. I feel like I've left the holidays behind me. I feel like it might be too late for me now. You know what? Since we are here wandering around Disneyland for absolutely no reason at all other than having the reservation and needing to fulfill it, I might as well indulge my own curiosity and cross the park, because now I'm wondering, of course, about the Haunted Mansion holiday situation. And yes, I know that there's an app for that now. I could simply just pull out the phone and look it up, but where's the fun in that? And more importantly, that's no way to get our daily steps in, and Lord knows I could use getting my steps. The Adventureland Tiki Masks. I love these things so much, carved by my friend Leroy Schmaltz of Oceanic Arts. As, of course, I've documented many, many times. Yeah, I know. I'll never stop talking about Leroy Schmaltz, though, you guys. He was my friend, and I looked up to him. Speaking of Tiki Masks, I've been chipping away at a few myself, no pun intended. It's going slowly because, if you hadn't noticed, I've been filming a lot lately. I've been running around, and I've got a trip coming up to the other Magic Kingdom. Not the original Magic Kingdom, but the big one down in Florida. So I probably won't have a big enough stack to do a sort of tiki marketplace until at least March. I'm just sort of playing it by ear, but probably do some kind of tiki marketplace that's cheap to enter so that everybody can get inside, and then maybe do like a book signing. I have a few copies of the book left. Hey, only 30 minutes? That's pretty good considering the crowds right now. And if you're wondering what book, I'm talking about my book, the one I wrote. Yeah, I wrote a book. And actually, if you're interested in a signed one or a personalized one, you got to do it before the end of January, because after that, I won't have enough copies, and I'll be gone. I'll be out of town for a while, so dang, can't believe we're already through all of those books. That is wild. Oh, look at this, Pirates of the Caribbean. 25 minutes, but because they added that lightning lane entrance, or now it's a multi-pass / lightning lane entrance, look at the size of look how far the line sticks out of what's supposed to be the queue. Dang, and when it's only 25 minutes, that's wild. Normally when you see a line sticking out that far, you think, oh, it's an hour and a half. Nope, that would just be the fast pass line, ruining things for everybody. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Especially after so much time in the desert. Especially since it's been so dry and windy out here. It's nice to see water. What would a Magic Kingdom park, what would a Disney Kingdom park be without its rivers of America? Not half so beautiful.
Shh, don't say that. We have plans.
What plans? What are you talking about?
In Florida, we want to get rid of it. We want to get rid of the rivers of America.
And replace it with what? More Frontierland?
No. Shh. Cars. Beautiful cars.
Ew. Hey, look, man, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and for better or worse, that's mine. Look at this. As scheduled, the Haunted Mansion is closed. The Haunted Mansion holiday is gone. Look at that thing. It's all shut up and mysterious once again. Jack Skellington is gone from the gate. Tim Burton is no longer haunting the mansion. And there was this awesome rumor. Turned out to be a false rumor posted by one of those, Disney news websites that I was so excited about, because the rumor for a hot second was that the Haunted Mansion holiday would not open in 2025 during the Halloween season, so it wasn't going to open until Christmas. And I got so stoked on that. For the 70th anniversary, presumably, it was like, that was the rumor. Oh man, it's just gonna be regular Haunted Mansion during Halloween, which has been my dream for years. You know, because at Halloween time, you wanna ride the regular Haunted Mansion. You wanna see those grim, grinning ghosts come out to socialize with you. But of course, every Halloween by Halloween, they've got this thing turned into the Haunted Mansion Holiday, which I consider The Nightmare Before Christmas to be a Christmas movie, not a Halloween movie. Yes, I know that the film starts technically on Halloween. That's the thing, it starts on Halloween. It's not about Halloween. So that's just, just my opinion. And I know opinions are like feet. Everybody's got them, and sometimes they're horribly, horribly wrong. Anyway, the Haunted Mansion Holiday is over as scheduled. Kind of strange that Small World is still going. You can see it's all closed off so they can put the mansion back to normal. You know, the crazy thing is they redid the exterior line for the Haunted Mansion. I never had a chance to go and check that out. Not yet. I've seen pictures, I've seen the videos. I haven't actually walked through it yet. And I also haven't walked through this. Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond shop. The new barn they built here that almost absolutely eclipses Tiana's Bayou Adventure and looks absolutely gargantuan, massive, completely dwarfs the Haunted Mansion. Some say the biggest eyesore ever built in Disneyland. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some say. Okay, some say. This thing has been rising up out of the ground for months, and it opened up right after all my reservations for the year of 2024 were finished, and I have not yet actually gone inside. It's so weird that this is here now. Not that I don't think Disneyland needed a Haunted Mansion shop. They only had that little shop over in New Orleans Square that sold Haunted Mansion stuff. It was always packed to the gills. There was never quite enough room in there. They definitely needed their own purpose-built Haunted Mansion shop, kind of like Memento Mori in Florida, which is also Madame Leota themed, so why not include her into the bargain? I do like the theming. I like that it's all themed to that Madame Leota seance room. There are all kinds of oddities and curiosities up here in Haunted Mansion. Relics and treasures, plenty of creepy, weird things and Easter eggs stashed in here, but of course, the piece de la resistance. Well, other than the portrait of Madame Leota herself. Madame Leota's crystal ball over here, which every once in a while seems to be possessed by phantasms. Look at that. Gaze into my crystal ball, everyone. Oh no, I can't stop gazing. I can't break my gaze. Help! I'm getting sucked in like poltergeist. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just gazed into my own future and it was not good. Luckily, 2025 looks like it'll be all right, so you might want to stick with me for the rest of the year. We're gonna have some crazy adventures, apparently. Allie was just pointing out the little black cat to me. Aw, look, it's so cute. I wonder what its name is. And out the door facing the Haunted Mansion, I never thought I'd see one of these in Disneyland. That right there, that is a Ouija board. Wait a minute, Ouija board is copyright Parker Brothers. Okay, so that is a spirit board. A spirit board. Don't try that at home, kids. Might end up like another movie I won't mention in here. Ooh, I like that the shelves are themed. This one is themed right after that 13th hour clock in the Haunted Mansion hallway. This one looks like Madame Leota's tombstone in Florida, etched right there on the top of the shelf. Don't know if that's a coincidence, probably not. I tried to remain as spoiler-free as I possibly could when it came to the shop, just because I wanted to reserve judgment till I saw it for myself. The inside is fine. The inside is actually, it's great. It works, it's perfect. I mean, there's nothing I love more than crystal balls, and even better, spiritual oils. Uh-oh. There's another Ouija board underneath it, and this one's official. That is a real Ouija brand board. Oh, and another old-fashioned Ouija board right up there. These musical instruments, by the way, just like the ones in the seance room in the Haunted Mansion, there are these musical instruments scattered around, and every once in a while, the sound effects for the instruments will play, although they do not appear to move. What's so crazy about the portrait of Madame Leota up there is that's basically just a portrait of Leota Toombs, who provided the face of Madame Leota in the ride, the one projected over there in the little seance room. Yes, her real name was Leota Toombs. She didn't do the voice of Madame Leota. That was Eleanor Audley in the seance scene, the same lady who did Lady Tremaine and Cinderella. She was Maleficent's voice. I almost said magnificent. I'm a little tired. However, Leota Toombs did do the voice at the very end of the ride for the little mini Leota at the end, you know, hurry back. hurry back. That famous voice that guides you through the exit right over here when you're finished with your tour of the Haunted Mansion, the original Haunted Mansion right here at Disneyland. Now, Leota Tomb's daughter, Kim Irvine, would grow up to be the executive creative director at Walt Disney Imagineering's Anaheim office. Basically, she's got a hand in making all kinds of creative decisions down here at Disneyland, which is wild. She's literally following in her mother's footsteps. Must be crazy to work at Disneyland and then hear your mom's voice, who's been gone for a long time now, echoing out of the chilling chambers of the Haunted Mansion, and then to get to work on a store like this that very boldly pays tribute to your own mother, whose real name was Leota. Leota Tombs. How perfect is that? That I very much like. That I think is very cool. The interior of this place I also think is very cool. Very bohemian, very sort of 1960s spiritualist mixed in with the Victorian stuff, which I think is actually kind of perfect, given that the Haunted Mansion did, of course, open up in 1969, I believe. August 9th, 1969? I gotta check on that. I think that's right. I didn't have time to build this episode to scale or to paint it, okay? Anyway, the interior I like. The exterior is fine. It's just the placement is so weird, because look at that. You would never know that Tiana's Adventure, their newest ride, their new flagship ride, is hiding right behind it. We did need a Haunted Mansion shop, though, so I guess for better or worse, it's here now, and you can get all your Haunted Mansion swag. And like I said, the inside is pretty awesome. I guess mixed feelings is the right way to put it. But again, that's just my opinion. It's not my park. They can do whatever they want with it, and they do! I just realized my to-do list is getting quite long because I haven't even ridden Tiana's Adventure yet. What's up with all these logs dropping with no screams? That's half the fun, guys. You gotta scream. There we go. Whew, that was gonna bug me. Still getting used to calling this Bayou Country. Anyway, that's what I was saying. My to-do list is getting quite long because I still haven't even been on this ride yet. There's so much to do, although I kind of was holding out to try to do the Florida one first. I'll be in Florida in just a little while, a couple weeks. Now I don't know if I can stick to it though, because I keep seeing people up there dropping down, having fun in the old Splash Mountain. The children are screaming. I kind of want to get on that ride. Not right now. It's freezing cold. But maybe in the next couple weeks before I go to Florida. I'm trying to hold out for Florida so we can sit side by side and do it together. Also, Tokyo Disneyland still has the original, quote-unquote original, the last standing Splash Mountain. That's just one more reason to go to Tokyo, a place I have never been. I've always wanted to go. People always ask me, dude, when are you going to go to Tokyo? Come on, you love Disney parks. When are you going to go to Tokyo? They have the best parks. They got Disney Sea, Tokyo, Disneyland. It's always just a matter of budget. Trust me, Allie really, really wants to go to Tokyo. Right, Allie?
Yeah, that's my dream. That's
her dream. Everyone's like, when are you guys going to have a baby? She keeps going, oh, I'd really like to see Tokyo first.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I got to make it happen somehow. Somehow, some way, someday. People are like, you always go to France. Yeah, but I don't pay for that. I keep getting brought to France. I keep getting invited to go, and someone gives me a plane ticket. And I've always said, you know, hey, you give me the plane ticket, I'll go anywhere. One of these days. Anyway, the sun is going down, and there is a lot I need to catch up on at home because, of course, I was gone for like, I don't know, a week and a half or something like that out in Las Vegas and out in the desert, checking out all kinds of mysterious wonders. Did you guys see those freaking sculptures, those weird carvings out in the desert in Nevada? That was crazy. And what are the odds that the guy that actually created those sculptures wasn't out there the day I happened to be cruising through? That was wild. It was destiny. It was kismet. It was meant to be. So weird because every time I walk over here in my head, I think I'm going to smell cigarette smoke because this, of course, was the smoking area for years and years right over here along the side of the rivers of America. Now it's the home of pelicans. They got rid of the smoking area and turned it into a bird sanctuary. Anyway, it's probably for the best. All right, the last raft to the island has left long ago, although I can see a few stragglers are still making their way back over from Tom Sawyer Island. The sun is going down in the west. We got a lot to do. I got a lot to catch up on because I was gone, like I said. And I'm going to be leaving again very soon, so there's lots to do at home. But don't worry, I will be back at Disneyland literally, as I stand here, tomorrow So we will have some more Disneyland adventures coming up. All right, listen guys, obviously the fires are horrible, and it's not just celebrities and people in mansions who have lost their homes. And even so, it's still a horrible thing to have happen to you. It's all still sort of fresh, and I've just only recently got home. I still haven't sort of worked out what the best place to donate to. I've donated to a few GoFundMes for sort of local people, friends of friends kind of thing, who have lost their houses. So if you know of any good charities to donate to for the fires, ones that would, you know, kind of provide the most immediate help to people who, like I said, are displaced out of their homes. I was talking to some last night who were at that hotel. What a horrible situation. Feel free to leave those in the comments down below. Strongly encourage checking out some of those links. It's just, it's always hard after it happens. Like, I don't know where to, you know, there's so many different things pop up, so many different charities, so many different ideas on how to help. We are still technically under a red flag warning because there have been sort of sporadic winds still, but luckily for the most part, they seem to have calmed down. They're getting more and more containment on the fire, so they seem to be calming down. But it's going to take a lifetime for some people to rebuild. So still a lot going on down here. Trust me, I felt so helpless and weird and like useless being so far away. Not that there's anything I could have done here. Should always leave the firefighting to the professionals, I guess, but it's just been an absolutely horrible tragedy seeing all this go down. And yeah, so if you guys have great suggestions, leave them down below, or GoFundMes for specific people who have lost their homes. It'd be great to see that and get money directly into the hands of people who are having a hard time getting groceries and paying for hotels to stay in and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's sort of all I got to say about that at the moment. Maybe I'll have an update for you. Somebody can recommend somewhere awesome. In the meantime though, the show must go on, I guess. We shall return to Disneyland, like I said, tomorrow. But for today, I made it home with Allie. I've done my duty. I can go home and sleep well. I was getting the song, "The Show Must Go On," stuck in my head. And now I see Goofy over here, goofing it up. See, Goofy understands the show must go on. Look at him, he never quits. He never stops being himself. He's a master showman. What's he? Is he golfing? What's he doing? Someone needs to get Goofy a new shirt, some new pants, set those patches on for a long time.